The city gave our Elixni allies a new home. But tensions between humanity and the Elixni can still run high. Mizrax, the leader of House Light, is keeping to himself, worrying his people. His daughter Ido has 4 sharp eyes on him. But something's off. Things aren't going so well for Elixni outside the city either. We just got a distress call from Europa. Elixni non-combatants in Aramis's old crew are under attack. A new species of Scorn are hunting Elixni across the system. These Scorn are corrupted Elixni, returned from death by their leader Fikrul. And Fikrul was created by the person I used to be. I've got a personal stake in rectifying the situation. But as the new Hunter Vanguard, it's more than that. It's my duty.
Eyes up, Guardian. We're responding to a distress call from House Salvation civilians. They wouldn't ask us for help if it wasn't dire, so let's use our leverage wisely. This is a humanitarian mission, so hold fire on all Elixni targets. Good luck. The hidden report that Aramis is on site. Your orders are to take her alive. Now, I know she's caused a lot of damage, but killing her will only harden anti-human sentiment. I'm not turning my first op as Hunter Vanguard into a bloodbath. Bizarre, Guardian. It's not an attack, it's a roundup. But new Scorn only come from dead Elixni. So why do they want the prisoners alive? House Salvation ships are bailing for Earth, and the Helm just arrived to take on stragglers. There's a lot of reasonable distrust of Aramis's people, but I'm taking the long view. I want to prove that hunters can build bridges, not just blow them up. There's something different about these Scorn. The freed civvies keep referring to them as Naviskirisk, which translates to not lifeless. Not sure what they mean by that yet. Xenobiological analysis is in. These Scorn are made of living tissue, Guardian, not necrotic like normal. Naviskirisk. Fikrul must have found a new source of power. Something paracausal.
Stand before me if you dare. I'll send you back to the drift again and again.
Since Father Aldred, Scorn were born dead. Great machine for humans only. No more. I am blessed with light, power to make light.
Salvation will never bow. Not to the Scorn, and not to the Vanguard.
Aramis is getting away, Guardian. Chase her down. Fikrul got his hands on an echo. He's using it to mutate the ether of living Elixni. That explains this new breed of Scorn and why he wants the captives alive. For now, let's keep our eyes on the prize. Aramis is cornered. I'm coming down to personally negotiate her surrender. Stand by.
Good work, Guardian. This has been a long time coming. Aramis Kell. It's not for me to judge you, but I speak for the people of the last city now. They're demanding justice for all the people you've harmed. Guardians and civilians both. And it's my job to deliver you.
The justice of thieves and oppressors. What hypocrisy. Your blades are covered in the ether of my kin.
Think of the kin you have left. They're aboard the helm right now, and they need you. You can't abandon them. Besides, if I came back without you, Ida would never forgive me.
If I come quietly, you will guarantee safe harbor for my people?
As long as they disarm and live peacefully with House Light, they'll be safe in the city. You have my word.
I expect the Guardian to enforce that. Now take me to Idaho.
All hands. This is the Hunter Vanguard. We have a high-value prisoner on board and a House Salvation catch inbound. Prepare for boarding defense. We don't want to fight your rescue team, Aramis. Call them off.
I'm not the one in need of a rescue. Once he finds you. It's too late.
Father, I bring a gift. The power to make all Elixni our children. Reborn through extinction. Reason has scorned.
This vessel, due to a comprehensive failure of arc conduit systems and my extensive experience with crash landings. Please brace for turbulence as we slam directly into...
So much has happened. I can't believe the helm is gone. At least we managed to salvage a small section of the ship from Europa. We couldn't leave poor Failsafe alone out there again. We must operate out of the last city for now. And so, welcome to my tonic shop. Petra has been helping me search through old records. Techian research, even materials from the old House of Wolves. I found many references to tonics, elixirs my forebears used to treat sickness or grant strength. This wasn't common medicine. Old Reese was suffused with the light of the Great Machine. Some of these ingredients must have been too. My father is ailing. Nezarek's curse works upon him day by day. But I know there's a solution in here somewhere. I won't give up until I find it. I hope my studies can be of some use to you as well. Whatever new power it is that Fikrul wields, we'll need a way to counteract it. For now, it may be helpful to study the revenants that Fikrul creates. It's unsavory, but we have to start somewhere. I believe my father wants to speak with you. Please, don't let him know that I'm worried for him.
I greet you in the light, Guardian. I regret that you must see me like this. Ido insists that this is slowing the curse, but it is no cure.
Much Elixni medicine was forgotten. Ido seeks a remedy in secrets of Old Reese.
There are few still living who know the ways of our lost home.
Eremiskel remembers. Captured by the Guardian this day, she will help.
Her love for the Elixni is poisoned by her hatred of the Great Machine.
But now she will see wisdom in your path. Yes. Safety with House Light, protected by Guardians.
Safe, but not whole. I thought being near the Great Machine would help reclaim what we lost on Reese. But I look at our hatchlings now, living in the ruins of humanity, building lives from scrap, and I see that we are debased, corrupted, defiled, doomed to meet our final end as scorn.
Trust in Ido. Varix teaches the ways of House Judgment. She will find old solutions to new problems. You will see.
Even after the Traveler fled our sky, and our world was swept away in horror. After our great houses fell to betrayal and futile war, some Elixni held hope for unity and a future for our people. I do not know how much time remains to me, but if none challenge Fikrul, that dream is lost. Fikrul will condemn Elixni to decay and ruin. We will be a dead people, rolled over by the dead. My life is for my daughter and my house. Let them see that I still believe the old stories. Old stories tell that when Reese was threatened by dangers no weapon could defeat, the Kells would call upon a Slayer Baron, one possessed of forgotten knowledge, capable of impossible feats, one who can stand against an unrelenting foe. Does that not describe you well, my friend? So much of our history is tale and myth, but the scribe Varix remembers much. But what he cannot recall, Ido will help you uncover. I name you my slayer, Baron, and I beg of you, defend our house, defend our people. Deliver them from this second whirlwind. And when the time comes, deliver them from my curse. Fikrul and his minions continue to hunt down Elixni across the Sol system. He does not seek to call them under his banner. He will warp their minds, control them. They will kneel, willing or otherwise. Kell of Kells, Slayer, Baron, these are old titles, but our faith in them holds strong. Even those in House Salvation will understand the role you play. Death came for Reese, and none could prevent it. But that does not have to be our future. I will not compel your obedience, Guardian. I beseech you, as kin, join your sword arms to mine. Slayer Baron of House Light, stand against those who would cast us into ruin. Cut down all those who would destroy our house. Carve a future for the living from the bones of the dead.
Nice.
I visited Aramis in her cell. We've been talking a little. I think we're making progress. She's been more responsive lately. You've been out there protecting our people. Even she has to admit that much. I mentioned that I've been working with Varix to track down information about tonics. Aramis said she knew a couple of older Elixni with knowledge of such things. If we could track down an apothecary, it would speed up my research considerably. In the meantime, Aramis also spoke of a Salvation Enclave that might need our help. I sent Crow the coordinates. I might have left out the part where Aramis gave them to us. I know, but I think we can trust Aramis to look after the interests of her own people. I'm sure Crow will see that soon enough. Trust me on this?
Varix sees suspicion in the Slayer Baron. Can they trust Varix? Perhaps he still desires to be Kell of Kells, yes? After all, many died to make it so. It is true that Varix wanted power, not for himself, but for all Elixni, to build a new home filled with peace. But Varix lied to himself and his people. He was misled by darkness, and he lost the way of his house. And many terrors were born of his failure. Now Verix is humbled. He remembers he is not a Kel. He is a scribe. House judgment is not the way of fighting or ruling. It is the way of keeping history, promoting justice, teaching hatchlings. So Verix will train Ido, and together, scribes will undo the many wrongs of Verix the Loyal.
Not half bad, Guardians. If I didn't know any better, I'd think you like this kind of carnage. Oh, look at you. All grown up. From deputy of the show's only law to... what's your title now? I've never been clear.
I wasn't your deputy. I was your property.
Let's not go saying things we can't take back. Besides, it all turned out for the best, didn't it?
Which you had nothing to do with. But I'm not a petty person, Spider. And this, whatever it is you're doing right now, it's a petty person's game. And I'm done playing your games.
Guardian, your battles against the Revenants to save Elixni captives from a fate worse than death. It's like one of our old fables. I've learned so much about our lost homeworld lately. About how ether flowed through all the plants and animals there, not just the Elixni. But for every drop I learn, there's a whole tank full that was forgotten. That's why it's so important that we learn from the few survivors, like Verix and Aramis. I know you and Aramis Kell share animosity, as my father would say, but she's more than a leader or a fighter or a criminal. She's a rare link to the secrets of old Reese. I encourage you to put aside the past and let Aramis Kell help us, or we risk making her the last of the Elixni.
I knew this was a trick. Your vanguard sent an agent down to manipulate and interrogate me. She asked me of my childhood, my parents, my hatchlings. She wanted me to talk about my pain. This psychological warfare will not work on me, Guardian. Tell your therapist that I see through her disguise. Her questions opened up too many old wounds to not be an attack. Tell me, Guardian, is this a gratifying sight or a frustrating one? You strike me as someone who appreciates finality. Not so your Hunter Vanguard, it seems. I am grateful for one thing. No Salvation captains share my cell. This remains a private humiliation. Ido claims you will defend both our houses against Fikrul's beasts. So, here it is, Slayer Baron. I know of another Salvation outpost. The Elixni there cut communications shortly before my incarceration. If any yet live, it seems likely they too are under threat. I once believed anything would be preferable to accepting your assistance. I have Fikrul to thank for illuminating me. I hope to demonstrate my gratitude in person before the end.
This is definitely the place, but it's weirdly quiet out there. Revenant and Scorn have been turning up everywhere. We've really got to get a handle on this. If I could just... Wait. Is that...
We are here. We wait for you. Serve and await return.
I'm here. I'm back.
Look, I inspire, I avenge for you. Now we rule together. I as Kell, you King Aldrin.
Let them go.
Father.
This isn't... You don't have to do any of this. Please.
This is our purpose. Your teachings. To break their servitors, their lies, their trust in light.
I'm the one who lied to you. This is just pointless slaughter. Please. You can just stop. You can be more than this. I'll help you.
You are not him. You are a dead thing, like the others. You wear his face. You steal his voice. Forget his purpose.
It wasn't a purpose. It was delusion.
Give him back.
Don't.
Hear me, Father. I will rip this impostor from your bones.
Damn it!
Okay, got it. I'm setting up a transmat site. Get that device over there and we can ditch it in orbit. Explosives taken care of. You did it, Guardian. At least, no one else died today. Death is all Fikra believes in. It's what I taught him to believe in. My faithful acolyte. I thought I could reach him. One more time. Let's go, Guardian. This is only going to get harder from here on out.
Troubled times, Guardian. You fight well. Every day, new survivors come to Mizrakskel for protection. But the Scorn come like a tide. They swarm the reef. They build in secret, using the bones of old ruins. Catches full of prisoners vanish into the belt. Useful prisoners, yes. Many who might help us if we retrieve them swiftly. But Varix does not yet know where... Guardian?
Jade Thing, Slayer Baron. Why fight for the fallen? You and I know the truth. These old names, these stories. So easy to burn away. But you and I survive again and again to fight one another. You took father from me, just as you took my friends. As you took everything. You give no purpose. When I am killed of chaos, I will find a way to hurt you.
Here to enjoy your victory? I remember when I was a hatchling. I was brought to witness a House of Judgment trial. 2 Elixni, armed with ceremonial blades. Trial by combat. The shame of defeat lasted only as long as your fleeting life. It was simple. Kind. This... being left to rot in the filth of my own failure until I am deemed fit to be executed. This is cruelty. You think my people's ether reserves run out? At the rate your guardians destroy our servitors, it can't be long.
Aramis?
Have you seen the effects of ether starvation? The way our carapace flakes, the way it peels away to expose raw muscle. It is living death. Agony in unspeakable sleeping rot.
I've seen it. In the Elixni who refused to kneel to House Salvation and fled across Sol for their lives. You willingly marched your own kind to their deaths in service of a lie. That's why you're here. It's what you have the power to prevent. We've both made mistakes we can't take back. I killed Cade. I created Fikrul. But I can make it better. I can own those choices and do better by the people I hurt. You can too. Help us find the defectors of House Salvation. They can integrate into the House of Light. They have a chance for a fresh start. Right here, right now.
There is no future for me. But that does not mean there must be no future for my people. I will not rob them of that. I will tell you.
Aramis has blood on her hands, and so many ask for blood in return. But her death would not undo any of it. I shared this in the hopes you may see that too. That one life spared could spare 1,000 more. Father may call that naive, but I remember the old words. A docked arm cannot share the weight.
Pues vos soles.